In this video, I'm going to go through converting between rectangular and polar coordinates. The first thing that we need to know is we need to know our conversions. So our conversions are r squared equals x squared plus y squared, and that comes directly from the unit circle or Pythagorean theorem. The next one is that tangent of theta is y divided by x. Again, that's just normal right triangle trig. We also know that x equals r times cosine of theta, and we know y equals r times sine of theta. And all of these conversions come directly from our unit circle lesson, right triangle trig, and things like that. So in the first question that we have change for -8 from rectangular to polar coordinates. So rectangular coordinates are x and y. We want to go to r comma theta. What that means is I need to find r, and I have a method to do that like this, and I need to find theta. Theta is a little bit more challenging because we do have to think about what quadrant our point is in. So this point for -8, you'd go over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'd go down 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the point in question is this one right here. What we want to figure out is how far away from the origin is this point, and we call how far away it is r. And then we want to figure out what is the direction, and we call that theta. So we have a method to find r, and when we figure out r, we just plug it into the first part of the ordered pair. So r squared is x squared, which is 4 squared. So 4 squared is 16, plus y squared. So -8 squared is 64. We get r squared is 80. So r is going to be the square root of 80. That is what would go as this part of the ordered pair. Of course, if we can simplify, if we can break it down, we should. We can break this one down. So for this one, if I were to break down the square root of 80, that's the same thing as the square root of 16 times 4. Let's see. No, it can't be 16 times 4. 16 times 5. The square root of 16 is 4, so r is 4 root 5. That is your r value. That's what I'm going to plug in right here, 4 root 5. And now I need to find my theta. So to find r, I just use this formula here. I had x and y. That's what rectangular points are. So now I'm going to use my tangent. So tangent of theta is y divided by x. Well, my y is -8. My x is 4. To get the theta alone, I inverse tangent. So I'm going to inverse tangent. Well, -8 divided by 4 is -2. And I'm going to plug that into my calculator. I'm going to make sure my calculator is in degree mode because degrees are just a little bit easier to reason through. So I'm going to do inverse tangent of -2. And I get -63.4 degrees. That's this angle here. So that angle is -63.4 degrees, but I want to go all the way back around. So to get that positive angle, I just add 360. And I get that that angle right there, our theta, is 296.6. Make sure you put the degree symbol, otherwise we assume it's radians, and that would be very different. And there's your answer. So from rectangular to polar, you're going to use these first two. You're going to find your r. If you can break down r, break down r. If you didn't know that, you could have put the square root of 80 in there. It's not as simple as it gets, but it's still correct. Okay, so now we've got another one. Change to pi over 12 from polar to rectangular. So now essentially we have this point. It's 2 units out from the origin. So 2 units out from the origin, it could lie on this circle or this circle is going to be 2 units out. So it's going to lie somewhere on that circle. And pi over 12, well, pi over 6 is here. If I cut that in half, it's going to be right there. I want to know what are my x and my y coordinates. If this radian is not directly on the unit circle, just plug it in. I want to know what x and what y is. So I'm going from polar, and I want to end in rectangular. So to find my x, I say x is r, which is 2, times cosine of pi over 12. Because I'm in a radian, I have to change my mode to radian. And then I'm just going to literally plug in 2 times pi over 12. My x value is 1.93. To find my y, I'm going to do 2 times sine of pi over 12. And I get 0.52. And that is my ordered pair, x and y. So all you need for this is you need these formulas here. If you're given x and y, use the top two. If you're given r and theta, use the bottom two.